Hello students, today our topic is conservation of natural resources. So what is a resource? Everything available in our environment which can be used to satisfy our needs is called a resource. It should be technologically accessible, economically feasible and culturally acceptable. Only then it can be termed as a resource. What is conservation? Conservation means to protect, manage, and uplift Earth's natural resources for current and future generations. Conservation includes judicious or wise usage of resources by humans available in nature. We should conserve natural resources for future generations. Natural resources include air, water, soil, plants, animals, coal, metals, oils, minerals, and energy. Classification of natural resources. Natural resources can be classified into two types: renewable resources and non renewable resources. Renewable resources. Renewable resources can be regained by the efforts of people after they get exhausted. Example: animals, fresh air, water, land, and plants. Non renewable resources. Non renewable resources are present in small quantity and never be regained either from earth or by human beings after getting exhausted. Example: coal, petroleum, etc. So, students, now we are going to discuss 10 important things you can do to conserve natural resources. Number 1. Follow the 3 R's. It is time to apply the 3 R's of the environment, that is reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce means to cut back on the amount of trash we generate. Reuse means to find new ways to use things that otherwise would have been thrown out. Recycle means to turn something old and useless, like plastic milk jugs, into something new and useful, like picnic benches, playground equipment, and recycle bins. In an era where we are all trying to save the environment, the most important thing at the back of your mind should be the 3 R's. The 3 R's are crucial in guiding us on how to go about saving the earth. Human beings produce a lot of trash on a daily basis, and the rate only grows. This poses harm to the environment as well as the living things, including human beings. Number 2. Save water. Without water, nothing can live. It is the source of all life on earth. Water covers 70% of our planet, but only 3% of it is clean and suitable for humans. Water is one of the most essential natural resources for sustaining both plants and animals' life. Humans use water for several things. Due to the scarcity of water, the agriculture front faces a lot of problems. Many countries do not have abundant drinking water to provide to the people. Many animals die from not being able to access fresh water. Keeping these factors in mind, water should be saved to save a life. Simple tips for water conservation: avoid using running water for cleaning vegetables. Instead, soak the vegetables in a bowl. Switch to water efficient appliances at home. Do not drain the leftover water in water bottles. It can be used for watering plants or filling up water bowls for birds. If you have to wash a few vessels by hand, turn off the water while you are not rinsing. About 20 to 40 gallons of water is spent during 4-minute shower. How can industries conserve water? Number 1. Reduce water usage at work. Identify and fix leaks. A dripping faucet can lose up to 20 gallons of water daily. Number 2. Reuse the water used in one process for another process. Collect the overflow water from watering plants. Number 3. Recycle water by cleaning the used water. Creating a rain garden. Reuse excess drinking water. Number 3. Save electricity. We need electricity at every moment and in every walk of life. So, we should use it properly and thus save energy. At home, we should be very careful regarding the electric apparatus used by us. Fans, lights, air conditioners, refrigerators, water heaters should be used properly. Television sets should not be on when we do not need them. We should use lights and bulbs that consume less power. In the modern society, electricity has become an essential commodity. It plays a very important role in shaping the modern society. Life is hard to imagine without electricity. From the poor to the rich, electricity is a must to each. Now we are enjoying the fruits of the latest technological developments. It would not have been possible without the use of electricity. It made it possible to turn the vast world into a small village. Fuel. Fuel is a natural resource that produces useful energy when it undergoes a chemical or nuclear reaction. The energy produced by burning fuel has many applications, such as powering vehicles, ships, and airplanes, as well as providing electricity for homes and buildings. Some common types of fuels are petrofuel, gas oil, diesel fuel, fuel oils, aviation fuel, jet fuel, and marine fuel. The Industrial Revolution was never possible without the use of fuels. Fuels provide energy through some chemical reaction in them. Biogas or biofuels generate from the biomass, food, and animal waste. Too much usage of fuels leads to pollution and other ecological threats like global warming. Possible fuels are non renewable fuels, which are on the verge of exhaustion. Burning of fossil fuels produces more than 20 billion tons of carbon dioxide per year globally. Renewable fuels are the fuels which produce from renewable resources like methanol and hydrogen, etc. 5. No plastic. Plastic are very harmful for the environment. It takes 1,000 years to decompose into smaller pieces. We must stop using plastic to better our environment and save it from degradation. There are various eco-friendly alternatives that can be used to stop the usage of plastic bags. Firstly, plastic bags are a major source of plastic pollution as they are non-biodegradable. They take years to decompose. Plastic bags have become a threat to the life of animals living on earth as well as in water. Chemicals released by waste plastic bags enter the soil
and make it infertile. Plastic bags are having a negative impact on human health. Plastic bags lead to the drainage problem.
Go green. One cannot decline the devastating results which deforestation have brought to mankind. Increasing population causes an increase in demand of water, land, and other resources.
Now we are going to discuss about the conservation of forest resources. Forest conservation is the practice of planting and maintaining forested areas for the benefit and sustainability of future generations. How to conserve forest resources? Regulated and planned cutting of trees, control over forest fire, reforestation and afforestation. Check over forest clearance for agricultural and habitation purposes. Conservation of forest resources. We should conserve forest because they are essential for us in the following terms, like forests provide us with oxygen, they cause rainfall. Forest prevents soil erosion. Plants are dependent on animals and birds for their pollination and seed dispersal. Number 7. Use renewable resources. Since some of the resources are in limited amount like coal, natural gas, etc., we must make use of renewable resources for power generations and other energy requirements. Also, the requirement of energy is inevitable. One has to find a substitute for these resources which should be eco-friendly and efficient in nature. One of the great options is hydropower and solar power. Energy can be even harnessed through moving winds using windmills in suitable areas. There is nuclear power which is proved to be highly efficient. Power can be generated from these sources and these are the best ways resources. Number 8. Biodiversity. Biodiversity is our natural heritage and particularly important for creating sustainability because of the specialized roles each species plays in maintaining ecological balance. Communities can promote healthy wildlife by supporting integrative approaches for managing, protecting, and enhancing wildlife populations and habitats appropriate to their area. What is soil conservation? Soil conservation is the protection of soil from erosion so as to maintain soil fertility and productivity. It generally includes watershed management and water use. Soil conservation is key to environmental sustainability. It helps protect natural resources and watersheds, restores habitats for plants and wildlife, improves water quality, and makes soil healthier. What is wildlife conservation? Wildlife conservation is the practice of protecting plant and animal species and their habitats. As part of the world's ecosystems, wildlife provides balance and stability to nature's processes. The conservation of wildlife is necessary for prevention of drought, new deserts, fires, as well as flood. Also, this conservation ensures that the upcoming generations of human and wildlife will be surrounded by nature, thereby loving it and understanding the significance of wildlife. What are the methods of wildlife conservation? Habitat management, establishment of protected areas, rehabilitation of endangered species, captive breeding program, mass education.
Number 9. Judicious use. The first and foremost need of the hour is to use the remaining resources judiciously, whether it is abundant or limited in amount. Number 10. Awareness. Undoubtedly, awareness among masses regarding pollution has increased, and some have started taking measures to save resource in all possible way from their end. Now we are going to talk about importance of conservation of natural resources. The importance of natural resources conservation is to preserve natural resources for future generation, avoid exploitation of natural resources by humans, equal distribution of natural resources among all human beings, control deforestation, save money using renewable resources of energy instead of non-renewable resources of energy, control air pollution, increase the development of alternative sources of energy, help to give good health to human beings and animals. So, finally, natural resources are God's gift to humanity. So, it is a moral and ethical responsibility to take care of and preserve natural resources for future generation. Without these natural resources, we cannot think of life on this planet. But due to the uncontrolled usage of natural resources by humans, these natural resources are under threat. We should take strong measures to preserve our natural resources before they come to an end. We should follow the 3 R's of conservation: reduce, recycle, and reuse. I hope you all understood